Hey everyone, how are you guys doing today? I haven't been on here in a while. Drop your questions in the live chat. Okay, so today I'm offering free spirit messages. I'm getting back to my Tuesday 3 p.m. Central Time shows. Um, I took a week off, so I haven't been on here in about a week or so. So I hope everyone's doing okay, whether you're tuning in live now or watching the replay. I hope everyone's having a great week so far. Drop your question in the live chat. Please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I go live. Hello, Lori. So we have Lori2626. Hello. So I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to sign in here and see who wants a reading. I'm going to get started with some messages about my journey with JoJo. So while I'm waiting to see if anyone would like a reading today, again, post your question for spirit in the live chat. I just need your question and your first name. Also, person of interest, if you do have someone else that you'd like a reading to see, maybe the contract, the pattern, the chords, I'll need their first name too. For messages from the other side, if you have a loved one on the other side, you can provide their name. You don't have to tell me what your relationship to them is. That's my job, to give you that evidential mediumship and let you know. This is the identification on the spirit that I'm communicating with. Now, for spirits in the light, I can't guarantee that they're going to come through, but we can definitely try, as well as it's really helpful just to read whichever or whoever is working with you currently at the moment. Usually, your spirit guides, your angels, and some loved ones on the other side, including ancestors that you may have never even met before. These are usually the spirits that are guiding us all of the time, and that will step forward in readings and give you the information, the healing, the clarity, the knowledge, whatever you need in this moment to help you get to a higher level. So that's what spirit guides do. That's their job. They are here to help guide you with life. Okay, so please give this video a like, a thumbs up, say hello in the live chat. I also like to know where you guys are tuning in from. And I'm excited for today's show because the last one, again, was like a week and a half ago, and that one was kind of crazy. So took a week off, and I'm really happy to be back. I'm going to try to make it for the show this Thursday, and that's at 7 p.m. Central here on YouTube. Okay, so while we're waiting for any questions, I'm going to first start with astrology and a collective message, and then I'm going to break down my journey with JoJo offering to see if anyone that's tuned in is interested in joining. Okay, so right now, this is a huge week for us all. We are under faded skies. So if you've been here on my channel for a while, you hear me talk about the importance of understanding free will versus destiny and how important this is to navigating life, especially if you value active spirituality, meaning you value being empowered on your journey versus giving your power away to just, let's say, a determined all the way world or someone else telling you what to do, a teacher, education system, some matrix. So if you are going through life with spiritual awareness, you know, this is a time I need to be actively doing something. I need to be cutting cords. I need to be taking actions. I need to be doing clearing work, activation work, whatever that may be. That is active spirituality. So we do that most of the time through free will. Now, destiny charted moments like what we're going through right now, this is what you could call fate. So yes, there's many different moving parts that lead to destiny, and destiny can be manipulated. We can miss marks. We can sign off of Earth before we were contracted to. And that's still a choice, and that's because of free will. So, right now, we're under, as many mystics have been talking about, revolutionary skies. We are seeing a complete shift of power in a positive way, going from a small percent of, let's say, lower vibrational individuals controlling and manipulating the masses. So, this power right now is being switched into the hands of the masses, the people. So, although that's positive, it actually manifests in a very, you could say, lower vibrational way. So, it will require the masses to have spiritual awareness and practice what you may call chaos magic, or alchemy of lower vibrational energy into higher vibrational energy. If you understand the laws of the universe, you may agree that this is a quantum field, many fields interconnected, and there's laws that govern the field. Okay, and so with that, there are times where we have to understand the patterns to work with the field versus against it. So, right now, we have to understand that by laws of the universe, and because it's a quantum field, we can look to science to kind of explain that things have to be cleared out in order for new energy to rush in. Okay, so that's just law. And that's what we're seeing publicly and globally with the mass shifts and chaos that we're experiencing worldwide. I'm going to take a break right here and tune into the live chat. So, welcome everyone. I'm just giving a few collective messages before I dive into the free readings today, but feel free to drop your question and first name in the live chat if you have a question for Spirit. I do have my tarot cards here too, but I'm open to any psychic mediumship reading today. So is Luke done with me? He said, "Oh, when my landlord called him, just was me out of nowhere. Will I find another home in a different state? Which state?" Okay, so we have some questions here. I need your first name with your question. Just wanted to acknowledge everyone here. And I'll go back to inner alchemy and the transitions we're in. So the universe has been putting us through a lot of challenges. A lot of us can agree with that in our personal lives, and we can see it collectively. There's been a lot of shedding that's needed to be done. The universe is holding us accountable for the energy we're projecting into the field. And we're seeing that really be served back to us this week. So, for those that have been really dedicated towards the higher vibrational energy, living in higher truth, in their spiritual sovereignty, making decisions from a place of love versus ego and fear and manipulation, control, and greed, these are the individuals that make the world a better place to coexist. And the universe is in full support of these individuals. So, these times that we're in, although it feels dark, there's a shift, and a positive shift. And we all have a responsibility to work with the flow of the universe versus against it, project positivity into it versus more negativity. No more, projecting the fear and, need for separation. There's a real humanitarian call in the age of Aquarius for us all to do our part with the universe. Okay. So this week is major. We're going to see huge shifts in relationships. We're going to see huge shifts in work, huge shifts in home. So these are some of the main areas you will undergo an amazing transformation that will begin a whole nother chapter of your life. And we're starting to dip our toes into that timeline now. So the eclipse that we are feeling right now, depending on where you are in the world, is in Aquarius, and we've entered a very powerful portal. And for the next 6 months, you could start to see these energies really play out. And you're also going to want to check your natal chart to see where Aquarius is in your charts to see how it would affect you individually. So congratulations to those that have made it, all of us here, to this part of our earth journey because it's quite a significant time to be here. It's like the best of times and the worst of times. So cliche, whatever you're going through, although this is a big karmic week, big karmic payout week, and there, you may have a huge laundry list, maybe serious list of genuine needs to be concerned about, or have a list of things to be what would seem you should be very afraid of, lots of fears. Fear not. Okay, so that's the message this week. Although it may look like there's a lot to fear, don't fear. Choose how you're responding to whatever it is on your plate this week. Okay, that was something that really wanted to come through from spirit. And before I dive into your questions here, I will just touch on my Journey with JoJo offering. So I'm really excited to offer Journey with JoJo. It is 6 sessions where we meet for 2 hours. And the first run through of Journey with JoJo, I offered it just once a month meeting with me. And that works great for many people. You can also meet with me every week. So as time progressed through the journey, I started to notice that everyone learns and wants to meet at different times. That's okay too. So it is 6 sessions. That's what's standard. The first session, we go over strengthening your intuitive discernment. So this is key. In this session, you're going to remove blocks right away. So we go over energetic overwhelm and spiritual regulation. I also give you the space to receive spiritual awakening validation and interpretation. So you can share with me on the first session, like, what are your dreams? Like, what are your visions that you're trying to understand? What are some of your abilities in like energetic overwhelm? Is it that every time your phone is flooded with text, you get overwhelmed, or you go to stores and you get overwhelmed? A lot of empathic people feel an overload when they're driving on the roads that are pretty congested. So in the first session, you share all of that with me, and I give you intuitive perception and validation to help you find peace with your discernment of your energy. The second session moves very quickly into more of, the fact that spirituality isn't all just light and love. So we dive into your shadow. I don't do shadow work with you. I assist you with it and teach you how to do it yourself. Okay, so this will help you to be empowered to remove your own stagnancies, your own blockages. And we also go over how to cord cut properly and powerfully. Now, in this session, immediately, we also will identify if you have spiritual attachments. This can be spirits, earthbound souls, consciousness, entities. We clear these right away. We do a little ceremony right there on the second call. Okay, now if you're in the Dallas area and you'd like to meet with me, I do meet with students for Journey with JoJo in person. I currently offer in-person sessions at one of my vacation homes in Frisco. There are a few in Frisco, but some are located in McKinney and Little Elm. So if you book an in-person session, we coordinate the location the day of, okay? So you can also meet with me in person for just a private reading or healing as well. Reach out to me, Jojo, at jojoempathic.com. So yes, I do offer Journey with JoJo in person and virtual. Okay, so second session, powerful. You're going to start to remove blocks yourself, okay? Third session, I do want to stop here because we have a little bit more in the live chat here. So I just want to acknowledge everyone. I'm giving free readings today. Bear with me right now. It's just some announcements, and then we're going to dive into your questions. So one free question for spirit, any area of your life. Just need your first name and question, person of interest first name, and if there's a loved one on the other side, pet, deceased loved one, relative, friends or family, their name too. Okay, so it looks like we have Montaigne. Hey, Montaigne. And then we also have MNGG Girl 68. Okay. So let me wrap up. I'm just saying hello here. Okay, wonderful. We got Melissa. So I'm going to go ahead and get to your questions here in a second. Let me just wrap this up. So session 3, this is powerful too. So this whole journey is powerful. I evaluated the readings I was giving to clients over the past few years. So I really started reading in 2021 publicly and started my business in 2022. So I found, like, what are the common things that reasons people are seeking me for? And I put all of the solution based readings and training sessions, like I call spiritual development one on ones, in the most condensed form that I could possibly offer, which is what I claim is 6 sessions will transform your life. Period. It's so powerful to put your power back in your hands so you don't need someone telling you what to do. So you can tap into your spirit guides. They're there for you to do that. We just have lost the disconnect in how. So this is really for those that value self-empowerment, spiritual sovereignty, to say, you know what, when I see something, I read through it. I know the discernment of energy in person and remote. So all of my clients that essentially go on this journey, they get remote viewing practice. It's amazing. So tune your clairvoyance, tune your clairaudience, and live your best guided life. Okay. So 6 sessions. The third one is meeting your team. So guides, angels, loved ones on the other side, but mainly ancestry. If you learn the language, you can talk to your loved ones yourself. The fourth session, we go over your natal chart. So I break down for you your personal astrology. We can also look over asteroids if you want to know, like, specific partners' names, where your parents' names are in your chart. You can see your literal hometown's name by looking at the asteroids in your natal chart, as well as spouse, relationships. And by the way, you can book a private reading just to go over your natal chart and asteroids as well. You don't have to go through the journey for that. But in session 4, I do go over your earth contract, which I call life contract, but you may call it earth contract or soul contract. We also dive into your archetypal energies as we are identifying kind of like your soul's purpose. It's a huge reason why people reach out to me. They're saying, I know there's something more out there. How do I get it? And what is it? So it's like, working with me, I'm like, that's for you to unfold. I'm the person that comes in to help kind of connect those dots for you. And psychically, I'm seeing what you're seeing and can give you definition so you feel confident to do this yourself. Session 5 is great. This is on sacred agreements and contracts. So huge reason people reach out to psychic mediums is to know their relationships and their soulmates. This is a necessity, okay? So I go over how to read these contracts yourself, how to work with your Akashic guide and find out past life information so you can move forward. So you don't have to stay in these relationships that are stagnant, that are repetitive and negative patterns. I help you with understanding how you are creating your reality. There is destiny, there is free will, and some contracts, it's better to give your attention in this direction versus that for your highest good. So session 6, we wrap everything up and I go over medical intuition just on a general level. This isn't necessarily to train medical intuitives. I believe that we all need to be able to scan our own body field. I mean, that's key to life. If you hurt yourself, if you have an imbalance, an illness, infection, to be able to read your own energy is one of the most powerful tools of empowerment you can actually have. So the last session is putting the keys in completion back in your hands so that you can work on continual evolution yourself. Okay. So it follows my Free Minds method as a conscious pathway to removing stagnancy. For more information, check out my website, jojoempathic.com. Under the service tab, you'll see all of my Journey with JoJo offerings. You can try out the journey with just 3 sessions. You'll see that option there. But the typical session, I'd say we need 6 sessions working together, committed, to really get the ball moving and help you quantum leap. And then there's an additional package for healers. So that's for those that want to develop their spiritual abilities and get into light work or healing arts of some sort. Okay, and private readings can be booked at jojoempathic.com. I'm going to get to your questions here now. Please like this video, subscribe. If you're feeling generous, tips, donations, And additional questions for only $5 can be sent to the payment links in the description box. So let's dive into today's show. Thank you guys for being here. Let's see here. So I do work my own shows here. So I'm in a higher dimension and then here in the 3D, logically trying to navigate. So bear with me as I get this started and continue through this show. Need your first name and question for spirit. Let's just go in order. So it looks like the first question we have is from Monte. Okay. So we have Montaigne, and her question is Luke done with me? I'm not liking this avoidance. So the way that I channel is I need just a few moments to tap in, connecting with your spirit team, and I'm really drawn to the mixed emotion cards. So I'm just going to draw some of these. Montaigne, is Luke done? Okay, so I got the right away yes card. This is the mixed emotion deck. I love this deck because if we're trying to remove blocks in our life and have breakthroughs, we look at our emotions, okay? And when we ask a really simple question like that, is Luke done with me? And a yes or no card appears, there it is. I was getting spiritual parasites. Now, I feel like there is, so in other words, it feels like it's a time for cleansing for both of you. And it's not really a time to work things out. It seems like I need to do inner work separately. Both of you kind of need clearings. And then maybe we could work something out. But, it feels like a no to the future. And here's a difference also in energy. There's the confident card and there's guilt. So I'm feeling like you're confident and that Luke is feeling guilty, and this is leading you to feeling trapped. So this might be a good time to kind of read the sign of like somebody, he needs space, and I'm going to honor that because it's just not really clicking. Does that make sense? Thank you, Montaigne. She said it does. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So please come back and let us know how it resonates. So let's see next here. They're about 3 minutes, my free readings. If you have a follow-up question, just let me know, $5 additional. Usually, if you want an email reading that's private, they're really inexpensive from my website. I believe I do one question for 15, two for 20, around that. And then I email you within 24 hours of private voice memo reading. So it's a great way to try my service. It's inexpensive and you get quick turnaround spirit messages. Okay, I usually provide ID on who I'm speaking with, the spirit, and the healing message timeline, letting you know if this is like destiny, free will, I got you guys, okay? So then we have Lori. Thank you. Lori's the next. So will I find another home in a different state? Which state is the universe seeing for me, Lori? I'm seeing a state that starts with an N. And I feel like I am kind of going like up north. So I know I was getting the N in, but I feel like the name of the state, but also the direction of north for you. N is in Nebraska. Lori. I do also feel like there's a timeline that's opening up for you that would have this be more of a success. It feels like you could get the ball moving now, but it's not quite the right time to move. So maybe 2 months down the road, so like maybe 6 to 8 weeks, I think that there's more of a window of opportunity for you to move, and I'd say north. Um, I also feel like bags are like packed. Like they're giving me this like symbology of like you're ready for a huge transition. And it feels like it's for, in a sense, protection, almost like I wouldn't say escape plan, like you're trying to, leave high and dry and escape, but it's like you're ready to move on in a way. So it does feel like there's a big rejuvenation period for you that does come with this next move. Thank you. And please let me know if that resonates. Okay. And let's see here. Thank you. We have Melissa. I am confused by three guys and what I feel intuitively. I get a strong hold to one, Nick and Mike, and I smile a lot when we talk. Mike B, I just always want to hang or be close to spirits, see what's going on. So we have Melissa here is confused by three guys and what I feel intuitively. Okay, 1 second, Melissa. I would check your motives because it feels like that's where the distortion is. It's like your motivation to why you're going in these directions, or like even giving your energy to, I want to say two or three of them. It just feels like the motive to do it is distorted. It's not aligned with like your higher intentions. So it doesn't feel like any are good for you, but more so it would be like a game in a sense for you, like a chase, which is like negating your flow. So it's kind of like bringing you into a state of stagnancy to like continue to put your energy in that triangle. Yeah, you're overextending. I think the best thing to do would be to potentially walk away, spirit is saying. Walk away, let go, and cleanse. Refocus your alignment on something higher and where it's like almost the opposite where they're chasing you. Okay. So it does feel like there's luck and positivity in that direction for you. Thank you, Melissa. Please let me know how this resonates here. So Lori says, yes, I am just not finding the right house, and I believe everything will fall into place. Thank you. Thank you. Melissa, so I need to back away from them and see if they come back to me. Okay. That or cut cords and say, it's like eventually in some way the soul can reconnect in some place, but maybe it's just not meant in this life for you. Okay. Do we have any other questions for spirit today? I can do medical mediumship, soulmates, contracts, property clearing, predictions for this year, work and money, and loved ones on the other side. Thank you. So any other questions for spirit guys? Where are you guys tuning in from? There was a location question in here that I just did. Did that make sense to who that was? Moving with the N state, like North or Nebraska, with the N in the name. I think it was Lori, maybe. Yeah. Any other questions for spirit today? Has this week been filled with chaos or flow for people? Because it's such a huge karmic week. If you guys want to send a tip or donation, I put the link in the live chat and description box. Yeah, this week has been like, wow, roller coaster. Things are being shaken to the point of no return. Like, no, not that part, unless it's North Carolina. Huh. Come back when you do move and let us know if it is North Carolina. Yeah, things are being shaken to the point of where it's like you either have to walk away from things, you have to rearrange things, you have to evolve. I mean, we are being like pressure cooked right now um, to advance, to level up, to start new chapters that are going to be really lasting and life changing. Is anyone that's tuned in interested in learning psychic mediumship development or healer training? I'm always curious to see if anyone's interested in developing their abilities. Drop your question for spirit in the live chat. I got all my collective messages out earlier, so let's see if I can tune into another spirit message for anyone that's tuning in later or here now. I'm gonna draw a card. It feels like there's a message for someone who's going through a period of like what I would call recess. It's like things are receding. Remember that life works in ebbs and flows, and you're kind of on that ebb phase of your journey at this moment, and that's okay. You need to understand what you need to know in the moment about why things have receded. It's almost like you're feeling blame for kind of why you're hitting the wall or why it feels like there's a wall in your path, but it's actually just meant to be there. It's meant for you to transcend it. It's meant for you to not go full throttle in this one direction that you're thinking about because timing isn't there yet. So it's almost like you're being protected through some sort of need to slow down, to be present with your walk. Because if you were just, the universe was just to kind of be on the flow right now, you might go and take that flow. Does feel like currency money for some people, It could be resources, conversations, just guidance. If you were to, you might go in a direction that's like, it leads to kind of, I wouldn't say waste, but it leads to something that just doesn't have to happen. It's like step backwards, or taking 10 steps forward and then 20 back, that kind of energy where it's like, it doesn't need to be. So proceed forward with the flow when it comes in. And it does feel like this is about choosing wisely where you next invest. So if this is resonating with anybody, let me know in the live chat or comments afterwards. But it just feels like it's kind of like this squiggly wave shoreline for someone out there. So I got these two cards. The first one that I drew was the 10 of Pentacles. Someone tuning in is about to have a sense of completion with root chakra matters. So this is going to be a change of home, property, real estate, lease agreements, mortgage loans. Okay. It also feels, and there's a bridge. This has been a long time coming for you, and it's finally the right destined time for that to happen. Okay. So something's finally being bridged for you to where you can complete it. The next step of this journey with the move does feel like you're supported by other people and companionship around you. This is not only root chakra matters leading to ancestral healing, generational healing, but also with the new beginning that you're in, new relationships. So we have a new beginning in love, partnership, and this relationship is rooted in ethics, renewal, commonality, and coexisting. So it does feel like there's a really positive relationship and partnership that comes with this move. And there's also a wise elder that gives you the guidance, message, or sign. Yes, this is it. And like, this in your gut, this is the person, this is the right move for you. But when the elder comes through, it could be me just confirming this, but it feels like it's some sort of spiritual guru, mentor, elder, older person than you that you love, comes and gives you the wisdom and says, you know what, you are on track. And I'm seeing so much abundance for you on this path. It looks good. I'm happy for you. I'm in support. So you get that validation that helps you to feel at home in your new home, but also from your home roots. And I want to say over the next 2 months, this begins to really play out for you. Queen of Wands. So again, we see, the tapestry behind her. It reminds me a lot of a path. The color red is really symbolic of a path of empowerment. She has her wand in one hand and a sunflower in another. This is about tapping into your spiritual gifts. I think that dreams are being activated very strongly right now, regarding the direction you should be waving your wand. Meaning the answers to what you should be putting, the intentions behind your seeds that you're planting, the prayers you're sending out. It's all coming to you in dream downloads. You're looking more towards fulfillment than actual, like, the process. You're looking at the future versus like, oh, I need to take all of these steps in order to have that future event play out or to manifest that thing. So keep your sight on the joy that you're trying to manifest, the happiness, the balance, the harmony, the peace, that feeling of clarity. Keep your eyes in that direction and know the universe will meet you in your manifestations 50-50. You're doing work and the universe is supporting your manifestations, but keep focused on that positive outcome. I also feel like there's a message for someone out there to not be so bothered by other people. You need to remain unbothered through this phase of your journey. So even if there's a lot of mountain storms, you could say sharks, vampires around you, energy vampires, um, remain unbothered and remain unswayed. So just see it for what it is. So, for example, if somebody's attacking you, this could be a friend, family, partner. Someone's just blatantly in a just horrible, grumpy mood. They've had a bad day. They're losing everything. They are losing control. They attack you. Just pick a fight or blatantly attack you. So it's like you can see, like you've gone through this pattern so many times with this person. They're struggling. That's not even like why should you even get like bothered? Why should you even react when you know this person is not well, not happy, not thinking straight? Okay, don't let your energy be consumed in directions that don't deserve you, that don't support you, fulfill you, because that's how you really like move forward on your horse, Knight of Pentacles. So it feels like with the black horse here, the message I was just talking about, because there was a black cat in the previous card. The animalistic part of yourself is really being reformed and transmuted. So you're looking at also sacral chakra, second chakra, upgrades, shifts, transmutation. Also affects the mind. So, like what's driving you, your impulses, what's, where's your focus for the majority of the day? And you're in this mirror like phase where it's very clear you need to make some adjustments with where you're headed, where you're focused. You need to remember your truth, why you started this path in the first place, your values. And once you're able to recognize that you've given your power away through these instincts, you're able to now ride forward because you've harvested your own energy and focused it and projected it in a more conscious direction. I also feel like there's going to be out of body work for this person to see answers that they're trying to understand regarding deep family wounds, money blocks, spiritual blocks. So there, it comes to an end for a lot of people through, again, recognizing your animalistic instincts and transmuting them to a more directed, focused intent. Let me know if that resonated with you. If you have a question for Spirit, today I'm doing free Spirit readings. You can drop your question and your name in the live chat, and I will give you a live free Spirit reading. If you have loved ones on the other side, maybe you'd like to hear from, can't guarantee they'll come through, but you can drop their name or just say any messages from Spirit. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel to support. Hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I go live. I go live on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Central for free shows, Thursdays 7 p.m. Central for free shows, and then also I'm on News for the Soul Radio every fourth Wednesday of the month at noon Central. You can call in for a free reading. And there's more information on my website. Check out newsforthesoul.com. So it looks like we have Mary here. Hi, Mary. Thanks for being here. If you have a question about, so it looks like, can I ask a question about my ex-boyfriend? Yes. So just go ahead. I have your first name. I'm going to dive into your question here now, and ex-boyfriend's first name. So we've got about 15 more minutes, you guys. I'll be here. Put your questions in the live chat now. Any additional questions are only $5. Links are in the description box and this chat, especially if you're feeling generous and want to send a tip or donation. You can book a private reading with me at jojoempathic.com, Zoom in person in Frisco, Texas, as well as email readings. Those are quick turnarounds and really easy. I just submit your question and I email you within 24 to 48 hours a private 3-minute recording. So all of that can be found at jojoempathic.com, and I do offer spiritual development training there as well. So we have Mary, and her question is, what is your question, Mary? So Mary says, will James still love me? Will James still love Mary? He's not open at the moment. It's like, I feel like he's still, I wouldn't say like committed, but interested. Like I'm still there, but I'm just not open because of my own insecurity. So it feels like I have a heart chakra block that I'm just not able to process right now. This could be 5 years for him to kind of heal the grief healing, to heal the sorrow. This guy has a lot on his heart that it just doesn't feel like he's processing well. So how can I really make space for you? So, Mary, it does feel like you have a grandmother coming through. I want to say maternal energy. And I was trying to figure out if something had something with her brain before she passed away. This would be maternal grandmother. I don't know if something happened around the brain, almost like aneurysm or something, and congestive heart failure, heart and brain before she passed. And she's stepping forward to help guide you. And I feel like I don't know if she had a lot of purses or bags that she was either known for or you have of hers. She may have just always been known to have like, purse or pocketbook. And she is kind of helping you to shift directions with relationships to higher grounds. And it feels like right now it's more of a focus on work and money for you, Mary. Um, James is kind of like becoming old news just because, it's like cats out of the bag. So something was revealed and it's just not working out. And so there's a lot of fortune for you with work, with money and purpose. So reconnect with your truth, your life contract, and sit with your ancestors, maternal energy. You'll be guided into healing this heartbreak. So it looks positive on the work and money front. As far as James, it just feels like he's not open, if that makes sense to you. Thank you, Mary. And please let us know, as little as you want or as much as you want, how that makes sense, especially if there's evidential mediumship that comes through, like the grandmother that was just here. Thanks, Mary. Okay, so we have another Andrea Hall, new subscriber, liked also well. Hope you are well and wanted to ask a question for clarity. I feel like it's going to come through as very strong because I'm getting all tongue-tied. So thank you, Andrea, for being here. Thank you for the subscription, for subscribing, and the like. Much appreciation. Today I'm doing free readings, so go ahead and drop your question and your first name in the live chat, and I will give a live reading. Show's about to be wrapping up here in about 10 minutes, so get all your questions in now. If anyone would like a follow-up question, only $5. The links are in the description box. I need your first name. So I do evidential mediumship by mental mediumship. So I communicate with spirits in the atmosphere and remotely through something called telepathy. So it's me reading the energies that are wanting to communicate, but more so and specifically the higher vibrational spirits that give us guidance, healing, peace, clarity. So Andrea, just go ahead and put your question for clarity and first name, and I will tune in. So if you ever book a private reading with me, it is usually, everybody says, extremely transformative. A lot of my clients say they haven't had this much like things make sense about spirituality in a long time, if ever. So very powerful sessions. You could meet with me for 30 minutes, an hour, um, or work with me one-on-one for spiritual development so you know how to do this yourself. Okay. I also train healers. So you have Andrea. Do I need to let Muff Dog go? Like her a lot. Thank you for sharing your gift. I'll stay locked in. Thank you. Thanks for the gratitude and staying locked in. So I'm going to go ahead here to Andrea. Do we need to let Muff Dog go like her a lot? Guidance for Andrea Hall. So guys, sometimes if you're new here, I'm tuning into the out of the third dimension and into the higher dimensions. It takes me some time to catch up, especially if I'm reading logically and then tuning in. So bear with me. I don't feel like I have the full names either going on here. So clear first names. It makes it easier for me to okay. I understand, I'm intuitive. Understand, okay. Um Well, it seems like you were creating something together actively, and it almost feels like it takes time to make that happen. So it feels like it was like a collective agreement that it also feels like something was broken, or, we had this shared agreement and now it's like you're not doing your part. It's like we need both people here to put it reminds me of like making, something where you put in a little bit every day. And then after like 2 weeks, you can finally like, go forward with it. And so it's like, how can you really move forward without that person doing their part? You can't. And that's where it feels like I don't have the like all the way. I don't have that all the way. Um, Whatever it is you were creating, it might be best for you to go for the gold yourself. That's what I'm hearing. So it does feel like it was started and together, but maybe it's best if you try to kind of just do things independently or another partner. Thank you so much. So Andrea and Muff Dog, please let me know if that makes sense. Thank you. So we got about 6 minutes left. Any other questions here for today's show? I've got the kids getting off the school bus outside the window. It's about 4:03 Central Timing. Where are you guys tuning in from? Aspiring healers that come across this video, I just revamped my offer for my 12 session package for healer training. So if you want to learn how to tap into the quantum field and manipulate it, this is a great package for you. Learn Reiki, learn how to spiritually clear yourself, others, including releasing attachments, and medical intuition. It's a great package for you. So Andre says, I hear what you're saying. It's a lot of questions I have. Yeah, I will stay tuned. If you'd like a private reading, you can always book that with me at jojoempathic.com. If you have another specific question, you could do $5 here, or I believe it's like 15 on my website for an email reading, or there's like ask 3 questions for 30. All of my readings are at jojoempathic.com. Okay. So I am getting off of YouTube here. We have no further questions. If you're just tuning in now, maybe rewatch the beginning of this message. I did start with some collective healing messages, and then I want to say about midway through, I was also pulling some cards. Felt like there were messages coming through for people. You might want to kind of replay it. Last call for free readings today. What are my spiritual abilities? Maybe you have a dream that you'd like dream analysis on. Maybe you have, you keep getting a vision and you're like, what does this mean? Or you keep having synchronicities with numbers, or, wanting to understand what clairsense is most heightened for you. What the aura is, or the, spirit that you're seeing in the hallway. Like, what is that black ball, or what is that white ball of energy? What is that? Let me know your spiritual questions. So we have, hey, Aura. Or an aura reading. What are your questions for spirit before I tune out here? There's been a lot of paranormal activity lately, like the past few weeks, with technology, with broadcasting. Oh my God. Okay, so I just need your first name. And this might be our last question here for today. Join me again Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Timing. Okay, so we have this final message here for Dave. Any messages I need to hear? Dave. This is something that you have, but it feels like you have to have collateral right now. Like, you have to have a backup plan. You have to have someone that's either looking over your work or making sure that you're good in terms of collateral. There needs to be proof. And I think that's going to be very strategic for your work over the next month. It does feel like there's a big leap forward, but there's contemplation of which path it can take because of everything going on politically. You can expect the gates to open. I want to say mid-March, and then I see you kind of like contemplating, like, am I a failure, or is this real? Like, is this really what I need to do? Like, it feels like something is completely shifting to where it's like you thought this was either a failure or not going to work or not good enough, but it ends up being like one of your greatest blessings. Feels positive come March. Things are unfolding. Thanks, Dave. Sounds about right now. Sounds good. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. Okay, guys, so show is wrapping up. Thanks for being here. Please like this video, share with anyone who may be interested in future shows, or that maybe they've got, they're trying to find the root cause of an imbalance in their body and they need a medical intuitive. I offer medical intuitive readings. I work with animals, children. I help people clear their properties, understand their abilities. So if my services speak to you, I'd love for you to stay here and join. I try to give out a weekly message that's just helpful for us all in the collective, based on spiritual truths. So thank you guys so much, and find out more about me at jojoempathic.com. I'll see you Thursday, 7 p.m. Central for my next free show. All right, guys, until next time, peace.